Weather is already hard to predict on its own, but what happens when you add hundreds of degrees of heat burning around huge swaths of land? How can forecasters predict the path of a wildfire? That job falls to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration's incident meteorologists. I caught up with a few trainees at Idaho's annual pre-fire season training. Every year before fire season, NOAA partners with local fire agencies and hosts incident meteorologist training in Boise. This year, 70 meteorologists, as well as dozens of NOAA-certified IMETs and fire officials traveled from across the country to attend. The lessons learned and shared at the training aren't just about predicting fires, but protecting the lives of those endangered by them and who combat them.
Well, fires are a little bit different than your run-of-the-mill weather event in that the fire environment can produce such a great amount of heat and wind that it changes the weather. And it's really critical to have an incident meteorologist on site with us to be able to determine those effects and impacts and give live updates and feedback to not only the decision makers, but also our personnel on the line so they can remain safe. Trying to make sure that we remain safe is one of the main reasons why we're such a big supporter of the National Weather Service and their incident meteorology program.
Aspiring IMETs learn practical skills like setting up monitoring and radio equipment while also practicing mock scenarios and making spot forecasts, even working with weather balloons to make more accurate and timely assessments. Attendees told me it can be a lot to take in, but it isn't hard to find motivation. Several said it helps them become a more complete meteorologist.
We get to learn new tools that have developed over the last year, as well as get refreshers on best practices in terms of what to talk about in briefings, what to look at, and what's most important for firefighters to know.
IMETs remain a specialized bunch with only 90 certified IMETs and 36 trainees ready for deployment at any given time. This in the face of increasing mission frequency. IMETs completed a total of 149 missions last year, which NOAA estimates was about 30 missions above normal. For Tanjan, becoming an IMET is about addressing that need and protecting his home community.
So I'm located here in Boise. But I'm trained to go anywhere in the country. Any incident meteorologist can get deployed to any wildfire. But at the end of the day, our goal is to keep firefighters safe, as well as help them be able to do their jobs and keep the public safe and fight that fire.
With fire season already underway in parts of Texas and the southern United States, attendees were already taking lessons that could be applied to fighting our own fires later this year. As Pangburn said, it could be the difference between life and death. All told, IMETs complete over 200 hours of training to obtain their final certification, studying as many ways the weather and fire can interact as possible. In studio, I'm Dakota Castets-TJ reporting.
Well, speaking of fire, you might see smoke plumes from the desert mountains south of the Treasure Valley. State and national fire managers are already preparing for fire season. Bureau of Land Management teams will begin conducting prescribed burns throughout southwest Idaho. The hope is to reduce hazardous fuel like dry grass, tree limbs, and shrubs before the triple-digit temperatures arrive this summer. Strategic fires will be set along fences and roads in the Morley-Nelson Birds of Prey area. About 10 square miles of Bruno sage grouse habitat will be burned to get rid of previously cut western junipers, and 20 miles south of Jordan Valley, teams will burn through about 1,100 acres of dead and cut juniper. Each burn operation will last about a week.